So hello guys and welcome back to Infinity Learning. So in the previous lecture we ended up with the matrix representation of generator matrix and the parity check matrix, and after that we discussed about the Gole code. So I request you, if you haven't watched the previous lectures, go give it a look, or else you may find some difficulty. But I'll try my best to make you understand in the simplest way. So I'll provide the previous lectures in the I button and in the description too, and you can also check my channel for the previous videos. So without further delay, let's start. So today we are going to focus on systematic form of generator matrix, and you already know that how important the generator matrix is in respect of every code. So we know that the generator matrix is of form identity matrix and then the parity matrix, or the parity matrix first and then the identity matrix. And we also know that the parity matrix has a dimension of k into n minus k. That is, if I consider n comma k cyclic code, then n is the length of the code and k is the number of message bits. So it will be the dimension of k into n minus k. So we can say that the number of rows in the generator matrix will be k. Now we know that the generator polynomial will be represented by gp. It can be written as 1 plus g1p plus g2p square plus g3p cube plus dot dot up to g n minus k minus 1 p to the power n minus k minus 1 plus p n minus k. So if we will generalize this whole expression, we will get gp as 1 plus summation over I is equal to 1 to n minus k minus 1 gi pi plus p n minus k. So this is the general form for the generator polynomial, and it is very useful for the realization of encoder in case of cyclic code. Generally, generator matrix is very important for the realization of encoder of any type of code. So this is the format of the generator polynomial in case of cyclic code. Now we will try to formulate the steps how we can generate a generator matrix from a generator polynomial. So let's represent the row number in general by I, just like we do in coding, that for I is equal to 0, I less than n. So we are generalizing the number of rows by I. So the ith row of G is represented by ith row of G is equal to p to the power n minus I plus RIP. It is to be taken in mind that the plus sign is not normal addition, it is the modulo 2 or the XOR operation, and here Ri is the remainder. We are considering Ri as the remainder part, and p to the power n minus I, it will be the polynomial of p, and n is the length of the code, and I is the number of row of the generator polynomial that we will calculate. So I can be 1, 2, 3 up to k, that is the number of message bits. So now what we will do, we will now divide p to the power n minus I by the generator matrix gp. So what we will get from the basic concept, if we divide a number by another number, we will get a quotient and a remainder. So this is the basic concept of this expression. So we are dividing p to the power n minus I by generator polynomial gp, so we will get a quotient and plus, remember that this is XOR operation, not the normal addition, so plus remainder by gp. Now we are assuming the quotient to be qi, as it is polynomial of p, so p, and remainder will be rip. So we can rewrite this equation again as p to the power n minus I by gp is equal to qi of p plus ri of p by gp. So if we cross multiply gp, we will get p to the power n minus I is equal to qip into gp XOR rip. So this is our second equation that we got after the simplification. Now what we will do, we will substitute this value of p to the power n minus I in the first equation, the ith row of g1. So when we substitute the value of p to the power n minus I, we will get ith row of G is equal to p to the power n minus I XOR RIP. So p to the power n minus I is equal to QIP into GP XOR RIP. Again there will be another RIP. So we know in the modulo 2 addition, two same quantity result 0. So RIP XOR RIP will result in 0. So QIP GP plus 0 will be QIP GP. So we got the ith row of generator matrix as P to the power n minus I XOR RIP, or rather we can represent it in terms of quotient, that is QIP GP. So this is the representation of the systematic generator matrix. So we need to memorize every step of this derivation. We will use different expressions or equations in different situations. So this was the whole idea about the systematic form derivation of the generator matrix. And once you find the generator matrix, you can easily find out the parity check matrix by transposing the parity matrix, and according to a dimension we will create the identity matrix of the same dimension. So I hope you didn't face any problem in understanding this concept. If you still have some doubts, we will clear them in the next upcoming example. So here the question says that we are taking a 7,4 cyclic code and we are required to determine the generator matrix, and we will also determine the parity check matrix, as it will be easy after the generation of generator matrix. And it is given that the generator polynomial is equal to PQ plus P plus 1. So we know the general form of the generator matrix is P to the power n minus I XOR RIP is equal to QIP into GP, and I can be from 1 to K. Since it is a 7,4 cyclic code, then we can say that it is obviously it is n comma k. So the value of n is 7, the value of k is 4, and the value of n minus k is 3. So we got every dimension of the matrices. So if we replace the value of n, k and the GP, we will get this kind of equation, that is P to the power 7 minus I, that is n is equal to 7, XOR RIP is equal to QIP into GP. GP is given as PQ plus P plus 1, and I will be from 1 to K, that is K is equal to 4. So I will be 1, 2, 3 and 4. So we know there are 4 rows in the generator matrix. Now what we will do, we will calculate the value of this term, that is the ith row of the generator matrix, for each value of I, that is 1, 2, 3 and 4. So at first we are supposing I is equal to 1. So this equation simplifies as P to the power 6 XOR R1P is equal to Q1P into PQ plus P plus 1. So we can obtain Q1P, this term, the quotient term, simply by dividing P to the power 6 by GP as per the previous equation number 2. That's the basic concept, that if we want to get the quotient, we will divide the dividend by the divisor. So what we will do, the dividend is GP and the divisor is P6. So the other terms will be 0. So now we need to do the simple division method. So this is our remainder RIP, and this is the quotient Q1P, sorry, not I1. So this is the quotient and remainder for the first row. So now we know the formula of ith row of G. So ith row of G is equal to P to the power 7 minus I XOR RIP is equal to GP into QIP. So we can calculate from both the equations, but I will suggest you this expression, use this one, it will be better. So we have GP as PQ plus P plus 1, and we got Q1P as PQ plus P plus 1. So now we will multiply it and we will do the XOR operation. So the expression that we will get will be the generator polynomial of the first row. So this expression represents the first row of the generator matrix. So how we can get the first row code from this polynomial? Simply, we know that the total length of the code is 7, starting from 0 to 6. So the exponentials which have coefficient 1 will have the code 1, and the terms which are absent will have the coefficient 0. So we will represent the first row of the generator matrix as G1. So G1 will be equal to 1 0 0 0 1 0 1. So if you number it, so this will be like this. So if you now compare, so p to the power 6 is present. After that, from 5 to 3 it is absent. So from 5 to 3 it has 0, and p square is present, so there is 1, and the coefficient p to the power 0, so it will be 1. So now, simply following the same steps, we will calculate all the values for I is equal to 1, I is equal to 2, I is equal to 3, and I is equal to 4. So the values that you will get will be G1 is this, G2 is 0 1 0 0 1 1 1, G3 is 0 0 1 0 1 1 0, and G4 is 0 0 0 1 0 1 1. You can check by yourself. If I have done any mistake, please correct me in the comment section. So this is the solution that you will get. Now you have the values of the 4 rows. Now you can easily construct the generator polynomial. We need to simply place the values. So G will be equal to 1 0 0 0 1 0 1. Second row will be 0 1 0 0 1 1. So this is it. Then G3, then G4. So it is basically G is equal to G of 1, G of 2, G of 3, and then G of 4. So you see that the process is quite lengthy process, but it is very simple and it is very easy to do. All you need is practice and a little much of speed. So by this simple method, you can easily find out the generator matrix, and if you find out the generator matrix, you can easily construct the parity check matrix. So this is obviously the identity matrix, and this is the parity matrix. So we know if G is in the format of I n minus k, then P, then H will be in the format of P transpose, then n minus k. So we need to simply transpose this part and then accordingly set the dimension of the identity matrix. So we will get the parity check matrix as this one. We have just transposed this parity matrix and we have got this value. So this is the parity of transpose, and this is the identity matrix I n minus k. So we got both the important matrices for the code. So I hope that you were able to understand the full concept of the generator matrix and the parity check matrix. So let's end this video here. Thank you for watching this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and if so, please like and share this video and comment down your thoughts and queries. And if you have visited my channel for the first time, please subscribe it. A sub will be awesome, and I hope to see you in the next video. Till then, bye bye.